Alright, ladies and gentlemen, how are y'all doing today? We are back on another old MX Bikes video, and today I'm just going to be showing y'all my top 5 tracks for beginners by a beginner. I only have about 50 hours in this game, so believe it or not, I know that I've been posting content on it for a little bit, but between being sick and some other things, files being broken and whatnot, I haven't been able to put a lot of time into the game. But, yeah. So I'm still gonna consider myself a beginner. And yeah, these are my top 5 tracks that made me faster at the game. Oh, believe it or not. And also aren't ridiculously hard. We are here on a very classic track. A lot of people have been playing this when it came out and was a really good track. It was this guy's first track. It's called Schmeezeville. All the links of these tracks will be in the description. So if you want to go download them and check them out, go ahead and do it. All of these tracks are just going to be super easy tracks that are super flowy. They have some big jumps, have some good corners, but they're not overly hard. They're not like the Washington track comes stock on this game. Dude, if you are a beginner and try to ride the Washington track, you're going to hate this game. Just trust me. Washington is also one of the outdoor tracks at fucking Washougal, and yeah, you're gonna hate it. But some of these tracks are free, some of them are paid. I actually think I only have one paid one on here. Oh shit. And yeah, so you can go download most of these tracks for free and just play them without having to pay for anything, without having to have an MXB shop profile or anything like that, without even really having to have an MXB profile. Why did I just shift in the face of a jump? I don't know, but I did. Yeah, but like I said, this is Schmeezeville. Super easy. Well, not even easy. It's just like a super flowy track, so it feels easy. But it is challenging enough where it's going to help you progress at the game. I've pounded so many laps on this track, like an unbelievable amount of laps on this track. We are on the 250 on this one, and this is just a stock setup. Like, I'm talking, if you just want to get on here and start ripping, yeah, these are some good tracks for that. This is a stock setup. I know I have like a graphic kit and stuff on the bike, but other than that, completely stock default setup, like how you would jump on the game and just start playing. This is that setup. We are on the beta 18 build of MX Bikes, so yeah, like I said, these are just some really fun, smooth tracks that I'm going to be playing and showing you guys. Again, as a beginner, I'd still consider myself a beginner. I mean, I know I have some pretty good speed. I think I have a advantage having a real good moto background IRL, because some things from in real life moto have been able to transfer over to this game, and some things haven't. So it's just like, you got to learn the game. You got to find out what style works for you. I know that I talk about how I will watch a lot of other people a lot and try and implement what they do in the game in my own lap times and stuff. And yeah. Oh shit, off the track. Route. Oh, we're gonna save it. But yeah, you just gotta learn the game and what works for you. But if you go watch some people and kind of try and implement what they do, Reaper Drop, Troy, Lens, Cams, Ian MX, those are all some really good guys to go watch. They all have a similar style, but a different style. Like, I know Ian doesn't Ian doesn't use the body stick at all, basically. I know I use it a little bit. I know Troy uses it a lot. I know Reaper and Lens use it a lot. And so, I think Reaper does a lot of counter leaning whenever he goes through corners and whatnot, and Lens does a lot of leaning back when he goes through corners. So again, really, you just got to figure out what style works for you, and yeah. this was Shemijeville. We might finish out this lap here, see if we can't get a decent one in. I think this lap time I'm chasing is like a 58. And we're gonna like barely save that, but it's all good. Yeah, like I said, really smooth track. Link will be down in the description in order with the tracks that I play. So Shemijeville will be the first link in the description. But yeah, basically, I just want to get. I know that all the MX Spikes guys are saying that they want to get more and more people into this game, and same. Like, it's a fun game. It's a super wicked game. I know I came from Reflex, so it's like it was definitely a learning curve to me, but it was definitely very worth it in my opinion. So yeah, that was Shemijeville. I forget the guy who made it, but yeah, link will be down in the description, and I'll meet y'all guys on the next track. Alrighty, what is up, guys? Back on track number 2, and I just recently did a video on this track, so it might seem familiar and it might seem redundant to be doing this track, but it definitely deserves to be here. This track is called West MX by Westerfield. It'll be in the description, second link. And yeah, this track is really new, but dude, it's so sick. So flowy. Has a bunch of big jumps on it, a bunch of options like that right one over there. Super flowy, like super big, like bowl corners and stuff that you can just lean into and go, I mean, even that one, not even a humongous bowl corner, you can just lean into it and like schmob through it. Yeah, just an overall really good track and really fun as a beginner track. Like, it's the dude's first track, Westerfield, I think is the guy. It's his first track, and he knocked it out of the park on this one. Again, it is free, so you don't have to have you don't have to have an MX Bike shop or like MX Bike's profile, MX Mods profile, to download this track and play it. It's just gonna be free on the store. And yeah, like I said, it is an easy track, but it's super challenging because like some of the jumps and stuff on it. Oh god, oh lord. My point exactly. And again, I am on a stock setup, so like it's gonna be reacting a little bit different than my setup that I usually run. But yeah, like this track definitely does challenge you a little bit more, in my opinion, than Shemijeville. I know that Shemijeville has that one little rough section going into that like last corner, but this track, it does have a lot more like rough parts to it, rough spots, so like it's gonna cause you to stand up, sit down more, and like really pay attention to your rider, what lines you're gonna take and whatnot. I was gonna try and hit the inside there one, or right inside one there for you guys, but didn't get to it. Again, only 50 hours in the game, so still not the greatest MX Bikes player, but this track definitely, if you want to just learn if you want to learn corner speed and like things like that, this is going to be a wicked track for you to play and get to learn. As I look like I don't know what I'm doing at all. Yeah, like I said, this track free again on the old MX Bikes mods download, West MX. I just did a video on it, so again, it might seem a little redundant to put it in here, but it definitely deserves to be in here because if you are, again, a beginner looking for a track that's going to challenge you but not make you want to delete the game and you're going to be able to have some fun, yeah, this is it. A really, really fun track. All the jumps are doable on the 250, so like it's not like you're going to have any problems getting over any of the jumps on the 250s. It does offer you some real unique lines like this one right here. So that's what I'm saying. Like this one, you can really learn some unique things on the game, like unique lines, unique techniques and whatnot, like that outside double to the inside rut. That's definitely an option line that you're probably technically not supposed to hit like that, but it is the faster line in that situation. Now see, like right there, that inside rut, it's going to challenge you a little bit. It's got a hard hook into it, so like if you don't hit it properly, you're going to end up on the ground like that. If you can't get the outside speed to get all the way over that jump, then there's that inside that you can clearly see. Very easy to double through that section. And again, another really fun, really beginner-friendly track that's going to challenge you and get you to learn. Again, just on here with the default bike setup, no setup. And yeah, again, West MX going to finish out this lap here. Maybe get some whipperdoodles for you. And also, I am sick, so take that into consideration as well when you watch me play this. Like, I don't know, whenever you're sick and whatnot, your brain don't brain and your mind don't mind. Came down with the flu this week. Brain don't brain and your mind don't mind. So, and I mean, I don't know, that might encourage the beginners that are watching this stuff that like, hey, this guy is not much better than me and can run these tracks. So yeah, go ahead, give it a download. If you miss this, you're gonna crash, and don't go for that inside if you don't get it right. But yeah, go give it a download. West MX, like I said, I just recently did a video on it. So it almost was a little redundant to have it in here, but yeah, considering I'm making a top 5 tracks for beginners, it definitely deserved to be in there, because this is probably my favorite track that I've played so far on the MX bikes. Just because, again, it's super flowy, and yeah. Let's see if we can get one last good whip right here for y'all. A little scrubberdoodle. And yeah, we will see you guys on the next track. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Here on track number 3. You might recognize this one. You might not recognize this one. I've made a video on this one as well, titled The Best Track to Learn the 450s On, which, again, is why I am here on the old 450. This track, called Big Sins MX, by the same guy who made Chemiseville. And this track is hands down the best track if you're gonna if you want to learn how to ride the 450s, this is hands down the best track to learn how to ride the 450s. And the reason I say that is because it's not gonna be a very 250 friendly track. It's in the name, Big Sins MX. The jumps, a lot of the jumps are about what the limit of a 250 can do, especially as a beginner. Especially as a beginner on the game, if you don't have a really good corner speed, if you're still trying to figure everything out. A lot of these jumps on this track are gonna be the limit of what the 250 can do. That jump, those 2 jumps right there are 3rd gear wide open on the 250. They're everything you have to get over on a 250. This jump, and the reason that this track's really good for the 450s is because it teaches you throttle control. We are going to absolutely save that. Run it back, Turbo. Let's get a replay on that when we can. But yeah, it teaches you throttle control because the jumps may be the limit of what the 250 can do, but the 450, if you just run it wide open like you saw there, you'll end up on the ground. So it really does teach you throttle control on the 450, but at the same time, it's a flowy enough track that you're not gonna delete the game after playing it for just a little bit. Again, it's a super fun track, super big jumps. There's maybe some lines and stuff that you can do different than what I did. I've tried to quad this right here on the 450. Oh, we tried to case it right there. But yeah, I've tried to quad that line on the 450. I'm not entirely sure if you can, but I bet you could with enough throttle speed. I bet Lens or someone could do it with enough corner speed. But yeah, like I said, if you're gonna especially if you're wanting to ride 450s, don't get me wrong, there are some super, what's going on here? Pull it together. Pull it together. It's kind of hard to record and play video games all at the same time. But yeah, there are some easy tracks on here, definitely. If like again, there's some cool tracks on here. Forest, Practice Track, the MXB Club. All of those are gonna be some really beginner-friendly tracks, but they're gonna be super beginner-friendly. There's not gonna be much that challenges you, and especially if you're gonna want to try and ride the 450s, like Forest isn't gonna be a 450 track for you. You're gonna be over jumping everything on a 450 on Forest until you get some throttle control down. So this track, like I said, it's just got some big jumps that are really nice for the 450. It just teaches you some good throttle control. Bunch of outside insides. Like you can run that inside right there and still get over this on the 450. On the 250, you're not even gonna get close to getting over it from the inside. And then also, you don't have to hit all these triple lines and whatnot. You can do the double doubles and whatnot. You can hop on here on the 250 and have fun running the double lines. But just again, if you're wanting to learn the 450s, go ahead, download this track, hop on it, and get you some 450 learning down. It's a fun track. I'm gonna try and get a decent lap in here without crashing or anything. And I have a decent lap time on here without. I do have a decent lap time on here before because like in beta 18 you had to like delete all your like stuff basically. So I don't know if any of the times and stuff transferred over and whatnot. So yeah, this is just like, and like I said, and here I am again, 50 hours and a super flowy, super fun track to just flow around. You can get some little, you can get some huck-a-buck right there and wad yourself to eternity. But at the end of the day, again, a super fun, super simple track. Like, let's see if, like this jump, the little left-handed lip off of this. And that's what the dude, so the guy who made Schmeezeville made this track. And someone had mentioned to him that like it was just really hard to get on and off of the track. And he really took that into consideration on this track. Like, there's a bunch of just paths and whatnot off the track to help you get back on. Ooh, case of triple. But yeah, like I said, it's just like this track has some really fun 450 lines on it. Like, you can't get that triple on the 250, but you fire this track up with the 450 and you're gonna have some real major fun on it. We're gonna, ooh, oh my god, we landed that? This game's easy. What a scrub. I tried. But yeah, but yeah, that's gonna be this track. Like I said, Big Sins. I can't remember. I'm terrible about remembering names of people I'm terrible with names of people. Whether they make tracks or I meet them in real life, I'm terrible with the names of people. But yeah, that's Big Sins. Link will be down in the description. And yeah, we will see you guys on track number 4. All right, and here we are on track number 4. Back on the 250, I do not know how to pronounce the name of this track, but I'm going to guess it is called the Jagan, I don't know. Jagan MX Factory. Super flowy track again. Not as many big bowl corners, so it is gonna kind of teach you to. It's gonna ask for more of some body stickage from you. And yeah, I've only taken a few I've only taken about 6 or 7 laps on this track, but super fun. A lot of different like a lot of different like roller or like walls and stuff, and like things that you're gonna hit some jumps and they're not gonna have landing. So it's gonna teach you how to like weight the bike to not crash off of some of those like big wall jumps and whatnot. We're probably gonna crash right here because that's got it has a pretty sharp lip on that whenever if you case it. But yeah, not a very long track. The lap times could probably be real short on this track, but nonetheless, it is a fun track. Super flowy as well. And that's one thing you're gonna like notice about all the tracks I talk about, and like one thing I talk about a lot is how well these tracks flow. Oh god, we're gonna huck a buck into the corner there. Probably should have had a little bit more rear brake than front brake there. Yeah, not a lot of big jumps on this track, so it's gonna be a good 250 track. Does have some sections like this on it that are going to simulate whoops to an extent, like simulate that you're going to want to lean back and lean forward in the right spots and whatnot. It does have some rough sections like going into that first corner right there on the inside. You're going to want to not wad yourself the way I did. Little bitty double right here into this outside corner. No collision on the banners and whatnot. That is one thing I've noticed that like a lot of people do dislike, kind of sort of, is that like some of the banners and whatnot will have collision. None of these tracks, the banners and whatnot on them will have collision, from what I've found so far. Probably could take that corner a little bit closer, hug it to the inside a little bit harder, but here I am not. Same with that one probably. But again, it's just a super, super good beginner-friendly track. Not very rough, but again, there are some rough spots on it that are gonna like ask you to think about what you're doing. Like in this corner. And okay, and see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I am still relatively a beginner at this track, so or at this game, so yeah, going into corners like that, you still like it's gonna teach you some technique and all, but like maybe we want to use more of our rear brake there instead of our front brake, like I just did, and maybe be in second gear, but you know, what's gearing? And again, just hopped on here, no bike setup, stock setup, as if you were just to hop on the game and start playing it. And yeah, just kind of hopping on and enjoying the track. I guarantee if I had like, I bet if you did do some setup and whatnot, like corners like that one right off the start would be a little bit easier. But again, if you just want to hop on here, start playing, learn the game, learn some fun tracks like that, sorry, excuse me. You get off the track a little bit, you're not going to have to worry about running into like tough blocks or weird things that are going to completely put, like even the fencing on this one I don't think has collision, so even if you jump off the track under the fencing, you'll be okay. So probably could hit the inside right there a little bit more, which we did. Ew! Yeah, see? Off the track, right back on it. Super easy track to just kind of learn your bearings on. No big jumps, no sharp corners. Like that's some of those sharp corners on the other tracks are gonna get some people, because like I kind of mentioned on Washington, the left right at the bottom of the hill, it gets me every time. I suck at it. I hate Washington. It's probably it is not even probably, it is my least favorite track. Anytime I'm online and like I see that track come up, I'm like, when are they gonna implement a vote to skip feature in this game? Come on, Call of Duty's done it. But yeah, just a super fun track. I set up that probably 1,000 times already. Super easy, like probably one of the easier ones. out of them, because again, there's no big jumps, so you're gonna just kind of be able to hop on it and do everything like first lap. Even if you overjump them, even if you overjump some of the jumps, which the faces aren't huge, so you're not going to have like a bunch of opportunities to overjump some jumps. So you're gonna be able to just kind of run it wide open like there. Just came off of that wide. Coming off of this one wide. Even if you overjump it a little bit, you're gonna be good. Same with this one. Overjumped it into the roller a little bit, gonna be good. But yeah, so super easy track. Link will be down in the description. Track number 4. Again, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it is Zhejiang Motocross Facility, Motocross Factory, something like that. Yeah, link will be down in the description, and we will meet you on. Also, again, free track as well. It's free, so you don't have to have an MXB account, like a MX Bikes store account. Like, you don't have to have either of those to play this track. So again, free track. You can just hop on and start playing yourself. You know, you probably you just bought the game. You don't know how to set up the like MX Bikes shop thing or anything like that. You'll be able to get this track and have some fun on it. So yeah, we will meet you on track number 5. All right, and here we are on track number 5. If you're still here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me which track you thought was the best. This track is not new to anybody, probably. It is called Flow Villa, so it's in the name that the track flows. And this track's probably going to be the most difficult track for you as a beginner rider. As a beginner, this is going to be the hardest track for you. Also, it is $1, so you do have to have an MX Bike Shop account. And like I said, it is going to be the hardest track for you as a beginner. But that being said, it flows really well. Like, it's in the name, Flow Villa, so of course it's probably going to flow really well. Now, the reason why I say it's going to challenge you the hardest is because it's a very, like, it's an unforgiving track. There's a lot of rough sections, a lot of whoop sections like this. The whoop sections always gave me the hardest time in this game whenever I was first learning. On top of there being some really big whoop sections, like this section right here, if you don't carry your speed through it just right, you're not going to get over this on I-250, which I probably didn't just now. Yeah. Ugh. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot, like, it's gonna challenge you, and it's gonna, like, it's going to definitely, as a beginner, it's going to test your skill the most. It is, of course, in the name, Flow Villa, so the track has a super amazing flow to it. But there's a bunch of, there are ruts and stuff in it like that are gonna reach up. They're gonna grab your inside inside handlebar if you don't go through the corner perfect. Oh, there's some sections like that if you don't get through perfectly, you're gonna mess up on. So again, it's going to teach you how to carry your speed, because it's another one of those tracks that on the 250, a lot of the jumps are like the limit of what they can do. Now, again, I did just hop on here with a base setup. Again, no setup. If you were to just hop on the game and start playing, you'd be able to play this game, or you'd be able to play this track. It definitely, like I said, is going to challenge you. And, ooh! But it's going to teach you some things. It's going to teach you throttle control. It's going to teach you how to carry your speed. It's going to teach you, it's going to, like, some of the tracks you can get away with sitting up and standing, like, basically everywhere and whatnot. This is not one of those tracks. You're going to want to, like, it's going to help you hone in your technique. That's for sure. Oh. Now, things to know about MX bikes just as a game. The faster you go, the like easier the easier the game's going to be. Got over it that time, but see, like, that's what I'm saying. You have to really pay attention to your technique, what you're doing through the corners and whatnot, seat bouncing, sitting up and sitting down. Some step on, step off. So like if like that step on, step off right there, if you download this game and think you're gonna like start playing Supercross, think again. You will delete the game if you get on there and start playing Supercross immediately. Let's see if we can get a nice little scrub off of this. Oh yeah, look at the scrub. But yeah, like that right there. It's gonna have some opportunities for you to do some dirty things like that, like some nice scrubs and whatnot. It's gonna have you some options like that right there to hit your inside outsides. Probably should have seat bounced that, but still got over it. But yeah, this is by far the most challenging of all 5 tracks. Reaper plays it a lot. He was just doing a live stream the other day. As you can see, the tough blocks don't have any collision. That's kind of how I figured out about this track, was watching a Reaper live stream the other day. Shout out to Reaper Doc. I'm sure y'all don't. I'm sure he doesn't need a shout out. I'm sure y'all all know who he is. But yeah, if you're just getting into the game and just coming across this video somehow, yeah, this track, Flow Villa, it'll be the last link in the description. Ooh, got over that again. And yeah, this is going to be the hardest of the 5 tracks, but definitely if you can get it down and get a clean lap on it, it's going to be the most rewarding of the 5 tracks to get a good lap on, because again, it is more challenging of the 5, but it is in the name enough. It is in the name Flow Villa, so it is going to be a flowy enough track that you will be able to hop on it and enjoy the track with some time. So yeah, that'll probably do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for coming by and watching, and again, these are my top 5 tracks for beginners by a beginner. And yeah, also, like I said, there's no like collision on like these fences and whatnot, so boom, you kind of run through these fences and whatnot, you jump off the track, you can get back to where you were pretty quick and easy. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah.